Hello, Ramily. Welcome to the Winston-Salem State University's Writing and Communication Center's video on the Writing Toolbox, Structuring an Effective Essay. What makes an essay effective? While there are a lot of possible answers, the short answer is structure. The tools we cover today will help you craft a well-structured and effective essay. The tools you need to build an essay include a title, introduction, thesis statement and topic sentences, body paragraphs, a conclusion, grammar, and formatting. We'll cover not just when to use these tools, but how to use them to effectively make your point. Before you open your toolbox, you should always start by brainstorming. Pre-writing, brainstorming, and organizing your thoughts are key before you start writing. Never start writing without completing this step. Some effective brainstorming techniques include mind mapping, free writing, listing, questioning, and conducting preliminary research. Make sure to always research your topic before you begin writing your paper. If you're not able to find enough information when you research, then you'll have to keep brainstorming or come up with another topic. Once you've brainstormed, you are now ready to open the toolbox and pull out your first tool, the title. Titles set the tone for the essay. They should match the purpose of the paper and tell the reader what to expect. Titles should be specific to the topic and have an angle. For example, is your paper argumentative, research-based, or something else? Avoid titling your essay the name of the assignment. When creating a title, use a subtitle, a song, hashtag, or keywords from the topic. For example, look at the two examples featured on this slide. The first title announces what type of essay it will be, analytical, but it doesn't give the reader a good sense of what will be analyzed. The enhanced title uses song lyrics from the movie to create a more eye-catching title and specifies that the paper is a visual analysis. The next tool you'll want to pull out is the introduction. An introduction sets the stage for the essay. It lets the reader know what angle you will take on your topic and what type of paper it is. Simple research and report, an analysis, etc. When writing your essay, start broad, then get narrow as you go. You can begin by introducing the topic and continue by providing relevant background information and context about the topic. You should also include a thesis statement. This should be the last sentence of the introduction paragraph and should be the most narrow or specific part of the introduction. One of the most important tools you'll have in your writing toolbox is the thesis statement. The thesis statement is the foundation and acts as a key to unlocking the essay. A thesis statement briefly states the main claim, point, or argument of the essay. A thesis statement has three essential parts: the topic, the claim, and the support. Your thesis should be only one sentence at the very end of your introduction. Take a moment to look at the following two thesis statements. Notice how the second example has a topic, the music video and song, support, Beyoncé uses vivid symbolic imagery, and the claim, to bring attention to how beauty standards negatively impact women. The claim in the second thesis statement is more specific and analytical than the first one that just generally claims Beyoncé uses imagery. Once you've created the introduction and the thesis statement, you can move on to the next tool, body paragraphs. Body paragraphs are the main part of an essay that offer supporting evidence to back up the thesis statement. Without strong body paragraphs, the essay will fail to convince the reader and the audience of the claims you are making. Body paragraphs can be divided into 4 parts, which we call the Peel method. Peel includes the point, evidence, explanation, and link. Topic sentences alert the reader to the topic or the main point of the paragraph. The topic sentence should be the first line of each body paragraph or section of the essay. Topic sentences should support the thesis statement's claim, argument, or idea. In other words, think of a topic sentence like a mini thesis statement that connects back to the original thesis. When crafting a topic sentence, ask yourself, what is the point of this paragraph? What claim is being made? What will this paragraph prove or discuss? After you've created your topic sentence or point, you can move on to the eel of Peel. You should provide evidence or examples to support your point. Evidence can include facts, quotes, statistics, or any other relevant information from a source. Next, explain how and why the evidence supports the point. If you can't explain how the evidence supports the point, you may need to change your evidence to something that better matches your point. Finally, The link connects to the topic sentence and thesis statement before moving on to the next topic or body paragraph. You want to use the link to drive home how the point you've made throughout the paragraph connects to the overall argument of your essay. Within your appeal paragraph, make sure to incorporate transition words to help you switch between topics and examples. You can also use transition words to help you move on to your next appeal paragraph. In the EAL part of body paragraphs, you may also need to address counter-arguments. Refer to your instructor's directions to see if this is the case. Take a moment to pause and review the following paragraph. Notice how the topic sentence is set up like a thesis statement. It has a topic, claim, and support. Once you're ready to start wrapping up your essay, you can grab the next tool, the conclusion. The conclusion brings closure to the essay and is your final moment to convince the reader of your argument. When beginning your conclusion, restate the thesis in new language. Avoid simply copying and pasting your thesis statement. Summarize key points. You should briefly recap the main idea in each of your body paragraphs. Next, discuss broader implications of the topic. Why does this topic matter? Why does the point you're making matter? And finally, end with a thought-provoking statement. Leave the reader with something to think about. For example, if your essay analyzed how Disney's Princess and the Frog used visuals to demonstrate the importance of working hard and following your dreams, you should explain to the reader why you think this message was chosen. Why would the intended audience need to hear this message? This will leave your reader with a deeper understanding of not just what your essay said, but why it matters to your original claim. Finally, you'll want to put the finishing touches on your essay with correct grammar, writing mechanics, and formatting. You want your essay to be as strong and sturdy as possible before you turn it in. Make sure to review common errors, things like sentence fragments, run-ons, and punctuation issues, before submitting. Your document should also be formatted properly. Formatting includes things like header info for MLA versus title pages for APA and Chicago, double spacing and using paragraph indents, and standard font sizes and styles. No matter your citation style, make sure to have in-text citations in the body of your paper. You should also have a references page for APA, a works cited page for MLA, or a bibliography for Chicago-style formatting. To sum up what we've covered in this video, always make sure you use every tool from the writing toolbox in your essay. This includes the title, introduction, thesis statement and topic sentences, body paragraphs, a conclusion, proper grammar and mechanics, and correct formatting and citations. Writing is a process, and using the toolbox can help you craft an effective, well-structured essay. Thank you for watching. We hope you found this video helpful. For more videos on various writing topics, make sure to check out the other videos on our YouTube channel. We hope to see you in the Writing and Communication Center.